I didn't say I was afraid of anything. What? I didn't.
But you're behaving in a very fearful way.
Of?
I'm asking you what you're afraid of, because your attitude, your behavior is, I'm going to get them before they get me. Why are you so afraid that you're not going to be accepted?
I'm not.
Then why are you behaving this way?
ESFJ says, please behave in a way that is acceptable for everyone, and everyone will like you. Okay, today we're looking at the ESFJ, which are a group of people who serve the tribe. They do what the tribe likes, and they're planning things for the tribe to enjoy. And so, very stereotypically, the ESFJ are the party planners. There are two types of ESFJ. The first type is the FeSi, the standard, what you would call a Myers-Briggs ESFJ. They're asking the question, will everyone like this reality? Then there is the jumper ESFJ, the FeNe. They jump their SI for their NE. They resemble more of an NF type, but they're asking the question, will everyone like these concepts? And then we'll make these concepts a reality if people will like them. ESFJs will also either be information dominant, meaning they're lead blast, or energy dominant, meaning they are lead play. A blasting ESFJ would be an EJ that is organizing before gathering. So they still have the tribe self issues. What I mean by that is everything they are doing is with their FE. They are doing things for people to see if people will like them and to feel appreciated. Now they organize that through their introverted sensing, their SI first, and so the standard Myers-Briggs ESFJ is one of these organizers for the tribe. And where they really struggle is in their reason-based thinking. And so you can give them good reasons and try to convince them of why they should do something or shouldn't do it, but it doesn't really matter, because if people won't appreciate them or like them, your reasons don't really matter to them. The second type of ESFJ would be the double extrovert, and they would resemble more of an NF. And the difference between this type of ESFJ and the other one is that they are gathering the information before organizing it. So they're expending a lot of energy for the tribe in their FE, and then they're also expending a lot of energy in their extroverted intuition, looking at different concepts and possibilities, and then they bring it into the organization. And so really you would say that this type of ESFJ would be even more opposed to reason. And what I mean by that is if they latch on to a concept or an idea that they really feel strongly about, that they think people will like, and you give them 3 or 4 reasons why they won't, that's not going to sway them from changing their minds. All right, let's look at a few types of ESFJs. The first, most introverted one would be a blast sleep ESFJ, which means that they would be preserving a lot of their physical energy, but they would have no problem in talking and communicating with people. They would talk a lot, like ESFJs are prone to do, but they would need time to recharge their batteries more so than the average ESFJ. So really, you could say they have a foot in both worlds, the introvert world and the extrovert world. So they'd be difficult to type sometimes. The second type of ESFJ would be a blast play ESFJ, and in many ways, this would be kind of your stereotypical ESFJ. Now, this is Dr. Phil of the Dr. Phil Show, this psychologist who's on television, who's in the Oprah Winfrey circles, and many times I've seen people type him as an ENFJ, but really what he's doing is he's leading out of his third function in E. That is a challenging function for him. It is one that he has to work at a little bit more than the other ones, but he really is an ESFJ with a highly developed third function of that NE. But Dr. Phil is ESFJ, blast play. He would have a lot of energy and he would talk a lot, which he does both. Then the double extroverted ESFJs. Play consume, FeNe. This would be YouTuber Shane Dawson. And so he would be more extroverted. He would be someone who doesn't talk as much. They don't blast as much as your typical ESFJs. He would maybe seem a little more careful of choosing his words, maybe take him longer to complete tasks, but he has the play energy there of an ESFJ. So he would be difficult to type as an ESFJ if you just watched him for a few seconds and didn't really get to know him. And then finally, Ariana Huffington of the Huffington Post is one of the most extroverted personalities that there is. She is a play blast FeNe, so she's talking a lot. She has a lot of energy going and doing things, and she is latching on to that NE, that new concept, and do the people like this new concept? And she jumps her SI for that. And so Ariana Huffington, an NF who uses the ESFJ functions. So a summation of the ESFJ. They're very good at the S and the N. They're very good at organizing details, understanding the concepts, seeing what is happening and organizing it, and figuring out what will work and what people like. And they're very good at that. Their fatal flaw, however, would be to act selfishly. The rest of the YouTube video that Dr. Phil is talking about, he repeatedly tells her, you're acting very selfish. And to the ESFJ, personal selfishness is the cardinal sin. Sometimes in life, we have to act selfish for us to be able to do things. You have to have a vision. You have to have an idea of what you want in life. And so for the ESFJ to grow, sometimes they just have to understand that other people are not going to always do what is socially acceptable and what people like.
You choose not to?
Yeah.
Okay, so because that tells me you're unsocialized, and so you don't function in society.
Oh?
No, it does. It tells me that you're immature and you don't recognize the mores and folkways of society, the way the world works.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.